Hi, I'm Paul from Field Insight, and today I'm going to talk about some of the challenges which can cause major problems in your HVAC business, even causing it to crash and burn over time. These things add up. So, when your team get back from a job, you get a call back from a customer saying the site was left messy, the team was impolite, or you go back to that job like a year later and you find out some really obvious stuff has been forgotten to have been completed or checked off, and filters haven't been put on properly, whatever. There's just obvious things which you want done every day, and the cost of those not getting done adds up and adds up. And what would it mean for your business if all your team operated the same way and they executed the same way? Your young guys and your old guys just executed the same way. You can have a gun person who works like 9 out of 10 they smash it, but every 10th job they miss a basic step and you don't really understand why. And it's this thing of being overloaded. There's a case of a guy, Captain Ployer Hill, who was a test pilot for the US Air Corps before the Second World War, and he was testing some of their bomber planes. He was taking a particular plane called the 299. It took off, it banked, and it crashed, and he died. Two other people died, and 5 other people were injured. Now, he missed a basic step. He hadn't unlocked a part of the equipment, and he had lost his life. He was the most experienced test pilot the Air Corps had, and he missed this basic step. So the level of quality doesn't correlate to the importance of having a procedure and ensuring that procedure is followed. At the end of the day, that test plane, Boeing was the airline. It nearly went out of business because of that. Had spent a huge amount on that plane. The Air Corps had benched that plane for a while, and they weren't going to revisit it. And they didn't know how to solve this problem. At the end of the day, they came up with a checklist they got their pilots to follow that improved the quality from that crash and the reliability from that crash to near 100%, certainly 100% for that airline for their subsequent flights. Hugely powerful. Checklists seem too simple to be as powerful as they are, and it's fundamental to business growth. You look at any large successful company, you look at McDonald's, you look at large businesses, they all grow through process. And really the power of the process is actually ensuring people follow it. The best way to get people to follow it is with a checklist. It's visual, it's easy to remember. If you're ticking these things off, if you go through and you get distracted, you come back, where was I up to? That little short-term memory gap, it's so easy to miss the last step in an action or the last 2 steps in an action. So what we've done is we've developed a checklist for HVAC businesses, for technicians, for job checklists. The checklist isn't, what we've got in that checklist is just some ideas. It's not as important as you building your own checklist. Build a checklist, laminate it, get a laminator off eBay, laminate it, get some laminating sheets, stick it in a sheet, grab the checklist, get your team together, give them all a checklist, follow up with them, make sure they've done that checklist, get them to take a photo and send the checklist to you at the end of each job for the first week. Get them executing against a checklist. The power of that is transformative. It supercharges your business, it allows you to grow, it allows you to train your team quicker, it allows your team to deliver quicker, it frees up your team's memory so they're not bogged down with this menial trying to remember the order they're meant to do stuff. It's just a supercharger. It will result in you being able to get 10% more work done in a given week with the same team, because just they can operate much more productively as long as you get them following the checklist. And the benefit of that is it frees up your time so you can focus on higher value activities, building relationships with key customers, strategic stuff, higher order thinking. You're not just worrying about the mundane day-to-day stuff. So follow that process, get your checklist. At Field Insight, we've built checklists into scheduling and invoicing and workflow management software, asset management, all that sort of stuff. But we've actually got it set up so that a job can't be completed until the technicians have completed a checklist. They've uploaded their pre-job photos, they've checked for protective equipment, they've done their pre-job checklist, they've done their post-job checklist. And we've sort of automated that process. But we've given you a free downloadable checklist for you to get started. Please just download it, laminate it, update it. It's just in a Word document. Get it working for you, and just get stuck into checklists. If you want some time with me or Richard, one of our demo specialists, product specialists, my emails are on that checklist and you can flick me an email. So good luck, have a great week, and thank you very much for your time. Just 1 minute, let me just make sure I have done everything here. Download, try us, there we go. Checklist, all done. Thank you very much, have a great week.